Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Putback podcast with T and Cole. Now, today we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs and the NBA starting back up, and some other things probably. We'll get there. We'll find out. But before we get things started today, we want to make sure you check out our Instagram and our Twitter, and it's been a while since I've said this, so I don't remember the handles.
Oh, at Podcast Putback on Twitter, at Putback Podcast on Instagram. Twitter didn't want me to have Putback Podcast, I guess.
All right, so what we got going on today, T?
So today we're going to be talking about the NBA is starting to reopen, or their season restarts July 31st, with the top 22 teams coming into play in kind of like a seeding game for playoffs, and then the playoffs will be played pretty normally. So I actually have the NBA article up on my phone. So we're gonna go through some of these questions, but first I want to actually talk about the teams. So there's 22 teams coming back. 9 of them are going to be from the Eastern Conference because the Eastern Conference sucks dick, and 13 of them are going to be from the Western Conference. Teams are as followed. I'll read off the Eastern, and Cole can read off the Western. Milwaukee Bucks, Toronto Raptors, Boston Celtics, Miami Heat, Indiana Pacers, Philly 76ers, the Brooklyn Nets, Orlando Magic, and Washington Wizards. KD's not coming back. I'm heartbroken in Kyrie's ass, so I really don't want to see this. Here you go.
On Kyrie again.
I can't fucking stand Kyrie.
And in the West, you have L.A. Lakers, L.A. Clippers, the Denver Nuggets, the Utah Jazz, Oklahoma City Thunder, the Houston Rockets, Dallas Mavericks, Memphis Grizzlies, Portland Trailblazers, New Orleans Pelicans, Sacramento Kings. I don't know why I said Pelicans like that. San Antonio Spurs and Phoenix Suns. Really? The Spurs and the Suns?
That shows you how bad the Eastern Conference is, that they had to pick other teams from the Western Conference. They had 22 options.
DeMar DeRozan's my boy, but the Spurs?
Well, the Spurs are doing good. They're just really old school. So, the seeding games. So there's going to be playing 8 remaining games. They're like 65 or 67 games into the season right now. I think the article said, I forget where it's at, the lowest amount of games played this year at the end of this whole playoff seeding will be 71 in the actual season, and the highest will be 75. I think the Suns will have the 71, and then the Mavericks will play 75 games just in the regular season. And they're going to be to get the top 8 teams in each conference for the playoffs. You want to talk about where the games will be played?
Games are going to be played at Disney in Orlando.
It's a really good sponsorship deal because then they can say, what are you going to do now? I'm going to go to Disney. Now that's not funny anymore. Isn't that what like every Super Bowl winner ever said for like 15 years?
Oh, I'm longer than that. I'm going to Disney World.
They got a good check for that, bro. So, as far as medical protocols, I'm literally going down the article. I'll link the article down in the description below. The NBA and the NBPA, which is National Basketball Players Association, are working with infectious disease specialists, public health experts, blah, 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 to mitigate and prevent risk for COVID-19. The players that go, and the reason they're waiting to start up in July, the end of July, is I believe everybody's going to get tested for COVID-19 before it starts. I don't know if they're going to allow fans in to see, though.
I don't think so.
I doubt that's going to be a possibility. I know a lot of not a lot of countries. A lot of counties in PA are going green, and a lot of states are actually going green. Like Delaware is fully reopened, or most of Delaware is fully reopened. So some of these places are going green, and I think that's probably why they're heading more towards Florida. You know.
Florida really hasn't had that much of a problem compared to some of the other states.
Yeah.
So is that going to be some kind of competitive advantage for Miami, or do you not think so?
I don't think so because they're gonna be playing in Orlando. I mean, like it's not the home court. Like they're gonna be playing at the Disney MGM Arena.
Orlando's not in, right?
What?
Orlando's not in, right? So we already forgot.
No, they're AC in the East. The Orlando Magic isn't gonna make it to the playoffs. It's all right. I'm just saying, Vucevic isn't that good. So how many? We talked about total games played. The Spurs and the Suns will have 71. So playoff seeding is the 7 teams in each conference. This is the part where it gets confusing. Cole and I were talking a little bit earlier about how it'd probably be better if they did like a round robin style, like NHL.
Yeah, like the NHL is doing 24 teams, and the 5 plays the 12, the 6 plays the 11, so on and so forth. top 4 teams in each, like the East and the West, they play each other, decide who's first, who's second, who's third, who's fourth, and then they just go into the playoffs from there. So
that probably would have been a better, quicker season, I think.
Yeah, and they would have got more teams in.
So that is true. The 7 teams in each conference with the best records, this includes the regular season games that they've already played and the seeding games that they will play, would have clinched a playoff spot. The usual tiebreaker scenarios would be in place for those seeds. The A seed could potentially come down to a play-in tournament because they have, if you take 7 teams, they have 5. They have 13 teams in the West, so they have 6 extra teams in the West and 2 extra teams in the East. Over 7. So I don't know how they're gonna match East and West up with such a downslope in the conferences. It seems like the West has a lot more teams coming in, but the West has a lot better players, to be honest.
Yeah, it looks like it's not gonna be. I don't think they're gonna keep it East versus East and West versus West. I don't think they're doing that. I think it's just.
I don't think they have the availability to do East versus East.
Yeah.
They have 2 teams, like over the 7. They have 9 teams in total from the Eastern Conference. I don't think it's just gonna work like that. So playoffs won't be any different. I'm going to let you read this part because this is explaining how the play-in tournament will work. So the playoffs aren't going to be any different. It's still going to be the 4 rounds, first, second, semi, and then the actual finals. So we're not going to see any difference there. But Cole is going to explain to you how the play-in tournament works for the A seed.
If the team with the 8th best record in its conference is more than 4 games ahead of the team with the 9th best record in the same conference, no play-in tournament would be necessary. The final playoff berth would simply go to the 8th seed. So, but if there is less than 4 games, I'm losing myself here. But if the team with the 8th best record in its conference is 4 games or fewer ahead of the 9th best team, same conference will have to battle the final spot between those 2 teams.
Okay. That makes sense. So, with that note, and speaking on what we talked about earlier about the play-in tournament itself, it looks like the East, if the Wizards are that bad or if the Magic are that bad, I doubt there's going to be a play-in tournament with only 9 teams. But when the West has 13 teams, there's probably going to be a play-in tournament for the 13th seed because a lot of those teams in the West are good. They're just not good enough to be top 3 when you have, OKC, Lakers, Clippers. Who else they got?
Yeah, there's some dangerous teams over there.
Yeah, the Rockets are in the West. The Mavericks with Luka. I thought somebody was coming in the door. I'm not doing good in the head.
I think the first player name we said was Luka. Of course it was.
That's my boy. With that said, NBA draft is still going to be happening.
DeMar DeRozan, so we're good.
Oh yeah, he said DeMar. We're good. You're right. NBA draft will be October 15th. This is assuming that the games will be scheduled and played by July 31st. The way this is going to work, because the draft lottery is going to be a lot different now with play-in seeds. The NBA draft lottery will be the 25th of August. The way this will be work is the 14 lottery teams would be the 8 teams that did not participate in the season restart, and the 6 teams that did participate in the restart but did not qualify for the playoffs. So it'll be those 14 teams that get to choose or get the draft lottery instead of just being like the bottom seeded teams.
How much you want to bet that Golden State's winning the draft lottery?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good for them. They're gonna get first pick. I feel it in my gut.
They're scary, man. Yeah. Years from now, when we say somehow Steph Curry and Klay Thompson got the first pick in the draft, we're gonna be like, how
literally later this year, we're gonna say that, and I'm gonna throw something. So, there's a fucking spider wasp or something in here.
Spider wasp.
These teams would be seeded in the lottery and assigned odds based on their records through March 11th, which is when the season stopped. And the 16 playoff teams would draft in inverse order of their combined records across both regular season games and the seeding games. So whoever does the worst in the playoffs is going to have the best pick out of the playoff teams. And then the 14 teams are obviously going to have the odds to have the best pick. With that said, the 2020 and 2021 season will be starting December 1st of 2020, which means that's based off if the games actually start July 31st.
Which I think is a great idea because not a lot of people watch basketball in October. Because I don't know if that's because it's competing with other sports.
Bro, I watch the basketball. I don't watch basketball in October. I just look at the highlights. That sounds like a bad fan.
I think in December it'll have better chances because there's less going on in December, and that way, when did the season go to then? Will it go to August?
I think so. Yeah, they're either gonna pump more games or have less games. They're either gonna pump more games in a shorter time or have less games next year to kind of balance it out. But I don't see the season staying December to August forever. I really don't. You think March, that springtime is really basketball prime with March Madness and going into the last couple games of the playoffs and everything. Like, you're talking 67 games played March 11th when the season ended for the Mavericks. Like, what is that? I can't even think. What is that? 15 games shy of the regular season ending. March is really prime time for basketball. So I doubt it's going to be like this forever.
So yeah, I think it would be fine being from December to August or September until July.
I don't think they want to compete with football like that.
December until July. How are they competing with football?
You figure, like, if they start in December, like, that's right around when the NFL starts, right?
That's when the NFL ends, bud.
Oh, really? Shit, I don't watch football.
Football starts in September.
Oh. I barely
So
fucking
you
play.
already compete with football in October, man. That's prime football
Fuck it. Let
season.
them start
October,
whenever they want
November.
to start.
So if you start in December, you're only competing with football for... You got December, then playoffs in January, and the Super Bowl is the first Sunday in February. So that's it. And then the rest is just basketball and baseball. And I'm watching basketball. So...
Felt that. I'm going to have to get my NBA League Pass back for the new season.
Anything else to do?
No, I really don't. This is a relatively quick episode. Though, to be fair, we were just kind of reporting news.
Don't really have anything to discuss here. We don't.
The podcast, I'm sure, will be coming back in full swing when the season starts.
When everything starts getting rolling again, we'll be doing it every Sunday again. We'll try to do it every Sunday.
Well, it goes live Monday 8 a.m., but yeah.
Oh, we'll be recording it every Sunday. You'll see it every Monday.
Yeah.
Or whenever you feel like watching it. If you want to come back and watch it again, that's fine. That's quite
true.
alright.
Yeah,
I don't know why you would do that, but...
No, the news is old.
And we are working on making this look better.
Yes, we got a green screen. We don't have the poles for the green screen. I got to order them soon.
It's in a lovely Amazon package.
Yes, with the coronavirus. So we're gonna get things figured out, and we're gonna get the green screen up, and we're gonna have a better podcast come time for the season to start.
Yes.
So I'm excited. He's excited. Bright ass light that we probably shouldn't have had on this whole podcast because I think
Probably not. Now
my pasty ass. I'm out here looking like Casper the fucking ghost. We're gonna turn that off. It doesn't fucking help.
It doesn't change.
Nice. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Whatever platform you're watching on, drop us a follow or a like if you're on YouTube. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about the season starting. Let us know what you think about the season starting. Check out our socials. They're linked down in the description below.
Who's going to win?
Yeah, who do you think's going to the playoffs? LeBron?
Bye!
Peace.